When you think of dolphins, you probably think of bottlenose dolphins or flipper, but Free Willy, he was also a dolphin. Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault and you're watching Animalogic. While colloquially called whales, orcas are part of the Delphinidae family, alongside common dolphins, spotted dolphins, and the aforementioned bottlenose dolphin, which we will most likely be talking about in this episode. Within the family, dolphins come in a variety of sizes. They can be anywhere from 4 feet or 1 meter to 30 feet or 9 meters in length. Unlike us humans, dolphins can't breathe automatically, so they need to consciously remember to do it. You're now breathing manually. This means they can never fully sleep. To get around this, they've figured out how to put half of their brains to sleep at a time, using half to rest and half to live. Next to us, bottlenose dolphins have the largest brain-to-body weight ratio of any animal, which is part of why they're so smart. They make use of a broad range of vocal communications, including the classic, the standard, and the iconic. They create these sounds in the air by releasing air through their blowhole, and they can alter the sound by changing the size and shape of said blowhole. Their underwater sounds, however, aren't used to impress crowds of bored teenagers at SeaWorld, but rather to find food, to communicate with other dolphins, and to understand their environment. These sounds are likely created within their heads, specifically in 3 pairs of nasal air sacs located just below the blowhole. They also call each other by name. Researchers have found that dolphins use unique whistles to identify each other, and if they hear their own call, they respond. This is likely used to easily keep groups together. Dolphins use their clicks for echolocation, which is basically sonar. The dolphins click, the sound waves bounce off the environment and return to the dolphin, informing it on its surroundings. As you probably know, dolphins are incredibly playful and have been observed creating bubble rings to entertain themselves and others. Kind of like Gandalf's smoke rings. Gandolphin? Unfortunately, this behavior has only been observed in captivity and never in the wild. They are highly social animals as well, and when food is of plenty, they will temporarily form superpods of up to 1,000 dolphins. These pods form intense bonds with one another, and they will care for not only their young, but their sick and elderly. In the wild, they've developed some pretty impressive hunting strategies. Since their prey is made up of quick-moving, elusive fish, they've learned how to trap them. Similar to how we use nets, bottlenose dolphins will herd a school of fish into a sandbar, then beat their tails aggressively against the ground, stirring up clouds of silt. By swimming in a circle, they form a ring of silt around the fish, which acts as a net. The fish attempt to flee by jumping out of the circle, but unlucky for them, the dolphins are waiting with their mouths open. People often talk about humans, bonobos, and dolphins being the only animals who have sex for pleasure, but that isn't true, at all. First of all, it's very difficult to know if any non-human is having sex for pleasure, because we can't ask them. But researchers have gotten around this by observing animals having sex outside of their mating period. Animals that practice homosexuality, animals that practice oral sex, and animals having sex whose behavior is similar to humans having orgasms. It turns out that way more than 3 animals fall into this category. There are Japanese macaques, lions, hyenas, goats, sheep, fruit bats, even some evidence of bears. But don't worry, dolphins have a pretty interesting sex life. When a female is ready to give birth, there will usually be another dolphin there to act as a midwife, in case something goes wrong. Dolphin calves spend the first 6 years of their lives with their mom, which is a pretty long time, and competing males aren't always happy to wait. So, like lions, they kill their young, freeing up mommy to get pregnant all over again. To get her pregnant, males will often form gangs and steal away a female, and then they'll each give her his best. I'm trying to make this dark act as cheery as possible. It's not gonna work. I find it interesting how people often anthropomorphize dolphins as rapists or killers, when that's really just kind of how the animal world works in general. To delve even further into the apparently strange sex lives of dolphins, meet Malcolm Brenner, the man who fell in love with a dolphin. During the 1970s, he developed a relationship with a female dolphin named Dolly. She heavily courted him, rubbing herself on him, stroking his arms sensually with her teeth, and so on. You know, the usual. Brenner is a self-proclaimed zoophile, lover of animals. And apparently, he took a romantic interest in Dolly, culminating in the two of them having sex. Together! She died soon after, from unrelated causes, leaving him heartbroken. Moving on. While laser sharks might not actually be a thing, military dolphins are. During the Cold War, the Soviets reportedly had a dolphin program, where they trained said dolphins to distinguish between American and Soviet submarines. The United States had a similar program, and they still do. They also had a unit with knives strapped to their heads, which apparently could detect and attack enemy swimmers, or even act as suicide bombers. Their military dolphins are used primarily to detect mines, and when they find one, the animal will swim back to their trainer, who would give them a transponder to drop near the mine to flag its location. Ukraine recently rebooted their dolphin program, and were reportedly strapping pistols and knives to the dolphins, and training them to attack enemy frogmen or scuba divers. Unfortunately, during Russia's invasion of Crimea last year, they took control of the deadly dolphin unit. Dolphins are favored by the military because they're incredibly smart, fast swimmers, and their echolocation is better than anything man-made. Will they modify the dolphins with lasers instead of pistols? One can only hope. The channel I create Animalogic for, Love Nature, has tons of incredible documentaries on ocean life. Please go check out how you can watch them at our website, lovenature.com. What animal should I check out next? Please let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for new episodes of Animalogic every week. Thank you for watching.